This one time, Bitcoin went from 6 cents all the way to 36 cents, and then it crashed down to 21 cents. And then another time, Bitcoin went from 85 cents all the way to $29, and then it crashed to $3. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $213, and then it crashed all the way to $70. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $1,100, and then it crashed all the way to $239. So the moral of the story is, don't buy Bitcoin, because you know it's going to crash again.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is having a beautiful green day today. You can see Bitcoin up 1.7%, Ethereum teasing us at the $400 level, Chainlink trying to get back above that $10 level, Bitcoin struggling at the critical resistance. Will we break $12,000 again by the end of this week? Well, Ethereum right now teasing us, like I said, around that $400 level. It's definitely going to be exciting times for Bitcoin and the crypto space. We also have the gold chart making another all-time high again just this morning. You can see right here, gold got up to $2,069. So what does this all mean? Well, we are about to potentially enter a brand new Bitcoin adoption cycle. Now, this is from Coin Metrics, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. I also want to show you a chart that we talked about, if you remember, a few months ago on the channel, and this is the descending broadening wedge. Now, people thought I was crazy. They said this was an insane chart setup, and we did have a $15,500 breakout target, and ever since, look at this, Bitcoin has put in 1, 2, 3 green weekly candles. So are we still on track for that $15,500 level? I want to talk about that today. I also want to talk about the next generation of crypto investors being mostly younger investors, and I want to show you proof that the new retail is actually looking at Bitcoin. They are in fact eyeing it all up, and I want to show you proof that the big Bitcoin whales are not selling right now. They're buying the dip. All of that after a massive thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. I got something special in the mail today, and I kind of want to take a few minutes to do a little bit of an unboxing. Yes, this is from YouTube. This is the YouTube play button that I've been waiting for a very long time. YouTube basically awards this to, people who get over 100,000 subscribers. Now I'm at 127,000 today. Or actually, I think we might have just broke 128. But yeah, YouTube's a little slow on that. So I just wanted to open this today. This is brand new. I haven't even opened it. I don't even know what it looks like yet. So, all right, here it is. Here's the letter. This is from the CEO, Susan. It says, congratulations, well done on your 100,000 subscribers. And wow, here it is, guys, right here. It's in the plastic. Should I take it out of the plastic? What do you think? It says, presented to CryptoZombie for passing 1,000 subscribers. I don't even, oh my goodness, look how shiny this is. I don't even want to get the, I don't even want to get any fingerprints on it. But so here it is, guys, right here. There you go. And maybe you can see right there, it says, thank you to CryptoZombie. So sorry if that was a little bit blurry for you guys, but thank you so much. Seriously, I had to take 5 seconds out of the video to say thank you so much. It's been an incredible journey. We've been through the bull market, we've been through the bear market, and yeah, so just wanted to say thank you for that, guys. I will hang this proudly on my wall. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it, by the way. And without further ado, let's dive into the charts. So, having a look at Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin pushing up again above the critical weekly resistance at around $11,545. We're at $11,850 at the time of making this video. Now, you can see if Bitcoin has a weekly close above this green level right here, because this is where we had the massive resistance on the weekly right here. And we did have the wick last week, but we did pull back below it. This is so bullish, guys. We have the bullish monthly close. We'll have the first bullish weekly candle as well. And having a look over here, I want to point out something that, oh, by the way, CME futures is already trading above $12,000. Right now, we're at $12,025 on CME. But here's what I liked about it. The CME weekly level to beat was 11,945. Just this morning, look at this. We had a wick down. We tried to dump. We instantly got bought back up at that resistance turn support. And currently, Bitcoin is still pushing upward. So this is actually good to see the previous resistance flip support, right? This is the kind of thing that you want to see on the chart. In fact, you can see we did the same thing right here with the 1 hour. So we had basically Bitcoin bouncing around in this sort of, it was almost like an ascending wedge, which would technically be bearish, but we did have the breakout. We retested it. And then from here to here, we also retested the top of that resistance. So every time Bitcoin has a pump, it dumps, but then it just keeps testing previous resistance and it keeps putting in higher low, higher low, higher low, right? Now, there is one little bearish sort of chart on here that I want to point out, and that's called the diamond formation. Now, you may have heard other analysts talking about this. I will give my opinion as well. So basically, the diamond formation, I'm just going to draw this by hand. We don't really need to make it look good, but basically, it looks something like this, right? So you can see, we have this ascent up here. We hit the top. We have a massive dump. Then we climb back up to the top, and then the theory is that we eventually hit resistance right here, and we end up having a massive dump all the way down. So that is a possibility. Bitcoin is crazy. We could see some of these moves as well. For example, Big Chonas, he says we are still hitting that upper cloud resistance on the Bitcoin weekly pretty hard. So do keep your eyes on that. It is a lot of resistance. It's not like, Bitcoin really hasn't spent a lot of time up at these levels, right? So it will provide some sort of resistance for us to break through. But like Vinny Lingham said, this sub $12,000 consolidation is setting Bitcoin up for a very strong run. And if it breaks through, $12,000 is likely to hold. 20K will become very strong resistance. It may take months to break through the all-time high, and volatility will therefore be high in the 12 to 20K range. But essentially, he's saying we might bounce in that range, but once we break it, we may not go back below the $12,000 again. Unless, you think we have to fill the CME futures gap, which I'm not going to mention again today. Now, let's talk about this pattern that I mentioned on the channel months ago. People called me crazy. They said, what are you talking about, K-Dub? This is such a pattern that never comes up, right? It's a very rare pattern. And this is the descending broadening wedge. Now you can see right here, essentially what happens is you hit a higher, you hit a high, then you hit a low. You hit a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. So it basically looks like a giant megaphone and it's spreading out, but you keep hitting lower highs and lower lows. So it looks extremely bearish. Now, having a look over here, if we have a look over at the centralcharts.com, you could see that a descending broadening wedge right here, guys, is a bullish chart pattern said to be a reversal pattern. So right here, whether or not it comes out of the top, right? We're doing it out of the bottom leading up or the top leading to the bottom. It doesn't matter. It is a bullish trend. 80% of the cases break to the upside. You can see right here at a top, which is essentially what we had. So what you do is you basically measure the top to the bottom, and that is where you're supposed to have the breakout. Okay, I'm sorry guys. In this, it's 79%, okay? If you come from a top, it's 80% if you come from a bottom, all right? And you can see right here that resumption of the bullish momentum after the correction that you have. So like I was saying before, if we take this and we take the top to the bottom, now I'm not going to do the wick, I'm just doing the solid closes on the weekly, right? Because we get a lot of volatility in the middle, and we put this to the point of the breakout right here. You could see that gives us a target of about roughly $15,300, give or take, okay? And you can see right now, since Bitcoin broke out of that, we've had 1, 2, 3 weekly candles on the Bitcoin chart that have all been green candles. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is just going to continue all the way up to the $5,300 level. I guess wherever we had mentioned it before, measured before, maybe it was 15,500, but whatever, give or take $200. We're looking for a $15,000 target. So will Bitcoin continue to push up Or are we going to have a massive correction? Now, there could be a couple dips leading up to this, but I still think it is very possible. Now, look over here, guys. We have gold. Gold just hit another all-time high. Now, why do I keep talking about gold? Because these are safe haven assets. People are realizing how ridiculous the Fed's monetary policy is. They're moving into safe havens like Bitcoin, like gold, like silver, like Ethereum, right? The DeFi space is even blowing up. And look, even gold had a top right here, previously came down and having a wick up as well, right? In fact, I know gold is doing well. I'm sure Peter Schiff is having a great week. However, if you actually look at Bitcoin, it is pulling away from stocks and gold, up 63%, with gold only up 35%, stocks 3%, and this is all from the beginning of just this year alone. So Bitcoin is still proving to be the best asset compared to traditional stocks as well. And also talking about, oh, the Bitcoin whales, they're gonna sell their whatever. Well, look, guys, maybe they're gonna sell, but I think the capitulation that we saw, but not the capitulation, but that big wick that we saw before, that might have been the selling pressure, because you could see Cole Gardner, he points out that the amount of Bitcoin held on exchanges just dropped off a cliff, which means that big whales, big investors are moving their money off of the exchanges. If they're moving them off of the exchanges and putting them into maybe cold storage, well, how are they going to sell it if it's not on an exchange? These guys are looking to hodl it for the long term, right? Having a look right here, I also told you guys that we're entering a Bitcoin super trend cycle. Now, once this Bitcoin super trend flashes by or turns green, we usually stay green for a very, very long time. You can see we flashed this cycle here, July of 2012. The cycle ended in September of 2014. We flashed it again here, November 2015. That cycle ended in June of 2018. We also had a little mini cycle here from the bottom sort of to the top. And just recently, we just flashed our first buy signal again. Could be wrong, but this chart has already proven itself that this cycle has worked in the past four out of four times. It was correct. So why would the fifth time be any different? Now, let's talk about some bullish fundamentals. The number of Bitcoin addresses holding at least $10 worth of cryptocurrency have rose to a record high of 16.6 million. That number is now up 14% from the previous peak of 14.5 million reached in January of 2012. Now, look at this chart. According to Lucas Nuzzi, I'm actually behind the chart, I realize that. He's network data product manager at Coinmetrics. He says the data suggests that a new Bitcoin adoption cycle is forming. Adoption has gone up by 27% in the past 4.5 months, and also Bitcoin's price has rallied over 200% during that same time period. Do you think that this is a coincidence? I certainly don't. Also, let's talk about this Bloomberg article talking about younger investors looking to look into Bitcoin. So it says the behavior of retail investors during the pandemic varies significantly across age groups. According to JP Morgan Chase and Company, who were anti-Bitcoin previously, now they seem to be making a lot of articles about it. Investors generally are invested in alternative assets, but older ones are buying gold, while younger ones like Bitcoin. Now, this is according to Nicholas Panagurtsiglu. I always pronounce that guy's name wrong. I'm sorry. But he says gold and Bitcoin ETFs have been experiencing strong inflows over the past 5 months as both old and young see the case for alternative currency. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index has declined about 1.7% over the same period, fueling a debate whether a prolonged period of dollar weakness is at hand. And in the meantime, we've seen Bitcoin prices literally just climbing and climbing and climbing. And yes, we are hitting a bit of resistance. Yes, we could potentially, have a bit of a pullback, a slight correction. But ultimately, I believe that everything that's happening right now, especially globally, fundamentally, it's all pointing toward the fact that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are just getting started, potentially on their mega trend, which is what, where was that mega trend? Right here, this mega trend, right? So that's that situation moving forward. So let me know what you guys think. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you buying? Are you selling? And also, guys, I do have a few quick updates. I'm going to start talking about some altcoins a little bit more, only because, we have seen altcoins performing quite well. One of those altcoins that I have mentioned a lot on the channel is Elrond. Now, these guys are also pushing forward in the DeFi space. We know that they're partnered with Orion Protocol. and they have a partnership now with XDAI stablechain to make their arbitrary message bridge compatible with Elrond. So, why is this important? Well, this integration will enable token transfers between the Elrond mainnet and Ethereum compatible chains. Now keep in mind Ethereum compatible chains. Also, we have all the ERC20s on Ethereum as well as smart contract calls between the different chains. So this is going to focus on adapting the existing message bridge implementation to support Elrond's virtual machine in addition to Ethereum's virtual machine. And this to me is very important because interoperability, in my opinion, is one of the most important things in the crypto space. All these different blockchains have no way of communicating with each other. So we need something to act as the conduit, whether it be a Chainlink Oracle, decentralized glue, Band, been doing quite well lately. Congratulations to anyone who got in on that, right? So the XDAI Foundation have recently expanded their arbitrary message bridge to work between chains that use the Ethereum virtual machine. The bridge can accommodate scenarios like ERC or NFT tokens using smart contracts on one chain. Basically, it's like a swap, like a burn and sell type thing, right? Also, guys, other big news. Now, this is from Cypherium. We've had them on the channel as well. I've spoke about them. Now, the enterprise-level blockchain platform is going to contribute to the blockchain development of a major Chinese city. So, a partner of global tech giants like Microsoft and Google, Cypherium has signed an MOU with Suzhou City Municipal to advance the city's development of blockchain infrastructure. So, basically, Suzhou City has successfully piloted the DCEP project and other blockchain-related initiatives, and Cypherium will now further expand the city's blockchain-related capabilities. It's funny how you're seeing all of these governments, all of these big players, cities like Suzhou, looking into blockchain, right? You have Cypherium CEO Sky Guo outlined the platform will be particularly helpful in providing, well, what do you know, guys? Interoperability to diverse blockchain developments in Suzhou, with several trials taking place in the city, especially with workers in the city of Suzhou receiving part of their upcoming transportation subsidies in DCEP. Interoperability will likely play a key role in determining which projects end up succeeding. So that is going to be a key buzzword to keep your eyes on. Interoperability with all of this DeFi coming out. We're seeing DeFi on Ethereum, DeFi on Elrond, DeFi on Kava, right? We're going to have these different oracles with Band and Chainlink and Teller and all these other things. Where is that interoperability? It's going to be extremely important. And finally, I want to end on this big news. Actually, no, I have one more story after this, but Neue Network. So we've also spoken about them on the channel in the past. In fact, I think they're up a bit today. If you check the chart, probably on this news, you could see that they basically have partnered with Oracle. This is absolutely huge. Now, Oracle, they're basically a select group of trusted companies that work together to build, sell, and service cloud-based software. So now, as an Oracle partner, Neue is going to be able to obviously have Neue on the cloud marketplace, drive adoption with their 25 million cloud users, coordinate with their sales VPs, collaborate with engineering teams, and receive public relations and marketing support. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what Neue is essentially a network as a service, right? So you essentially would want to hop over, use this, and one of their key goals is to make Neue accessible and attractive to Oracle's entire user base, right? So basically, if you were to use the Neue network right here, you could see they allow anyone, anywhere to instantly spin up and manage thousands of concurrent connections while improving bandwidth and reducing downtime. Now, we've spoken about them on the channel before. If you're interested, you can just Google, CryptoZombie Neue, and you can look at the previous coverage that we've had on them as well. And one other thing, I know lots of news today, I know. But this also has to do with DeFi. So we have the venture capital firm of Tim Draper, Alan Gorin, and Joseph Holmes sets the stage for their global DeFi summit with some big moves for the industry. So Draper, Gorin, Holmes is now hosting the global DeFi summit as multiple portfolio companies announce their progress. So some of the people that are going to be there is Chainlink founder Sergey Nazarov, MakerDAO COO President Stephen Becker, and Synthetics founder founder, Kane Warwick. We have seen massive explosion in all three of these projects. So yeah, I mean, this is just huge, guys. The space is growing. You got guys over here like Tim Draper, basically fronting this DeFi space, all these different interoperability protocols coming out. You have young investors buying and investing in Bitcoin. So definitely huge. And one quick thing, this is just something I had to mention. So Ethereum Classic has suffered a 51% attack last week, the second such attack in less than 2 years. Initial investigations at the time have showed no investigation of double spending. What's interesting is that the attacker was able to use just about $192,000 roughly by today's standards to acquire the hashing power necessary, which is extremely low in my opinion. And you can see right here, CZ, the CEO of Binance, says he just got an alert that Ethereum Classic is attempting a network rollback to reverse the transaction. Now, wasn't Ethereum Classic basically birthed out of the fact that they had the original DAO hack on Ethereum and, they were basically like code is king, and they were like, no, so we're just going to split the chain. We're going to keep Ethereum Classic, and then Ethereum is going to move forward. And now these guys want to do a rollback. What happened to code is king, guys? What happened to code is king? So that's basically the last of that news today. So yeah, I mean, having a look at this Bitcoin price, we are still chugging along. We're still trying to break up on some of these higher levels. And also, guys, before we end this video, I do have one thing I think I need to talk about at this point, and I just want to do a quick update on Ethereum Gold. Now, I made a video on this 3 days ago, I believe, and that video got a lot of attention. Now, I got some people writing comments saying I'm going all in on Ethereum Gold and everything like that. First of all, I need to just make one quick statement, guys. Number one, you should not be going all in on anything as risky as cryptocurrency or Ethereum Gold or anything like that, okay? That is just a bad decision. And number two, I just want to point out that the video that I made was not designed in any way to get anybody to buy or sell into this Ethereum contract. I heard some people saying, oh, this is basically like BitConnect 2.0. It is literally nothing like BitConnect. If you look at the difference between Ethereum Gold and BitConnect, they're totally different. BitConnect was a centralized platform that completely lied to its users. It said it was trading with some kind of algorithm bot. It wasn't. It was essentially using the money coming in to pay the people that bought before it. Ethereum Gold, as I explained, is a smart contract. There is nobody behind it. It is completely decentralized. It is based on volume, which is buying and selling. Now, that's just to point out the difference. Also, I am not responsible for any of the gains or losses that you make. I merely wanted to share my experience. The other point I want to make is when I made this video, you could see right here, if we zoom in, that the market cap was about 8,899 ETH, or if you take dollar values today, it was $3.4 million market cap. Now, if we have a look at that market cap today, it is sitting at a $10.5 million market cap. Friends, this market cap has already 3x'd, which means that if for some reason you took my advice, which is not financial advice, you should never listen to anything I say. As of today's video, you are all up 3x. So I just wanted to point that out, guys. So if for some reason in the future, something happens and big whales decide they're going to start selling and crashing the price just like they could on a regular exchange, and this market cap goes all the way back down to the point that you bought in, I just want to point out that as of today, you are up. So am I telling you that you should sell your Ethereum Gold? Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you are worried about where the price could go in the future, then my advice to you is take some profits, or at least get back your initial investment, okay? That way you're playing with free money. I don't want to hear anybody 3 years from now saying, K-Dub, you spoke about this a couple months ago. I threw my entire life savings and I lost all my money. Well, there's no excuse, because right now, everyone watching this video is up 3x, and you also got dividends. That should have well covered the 20% buy in and sell. So I just want to say that I'm actually probably not going to mention this project again, to be honest with you, because this isn't really what I focus on this channel. I really prefer to focus on, the main cryptos like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. Look, if you're looking to make money long term, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, maybe chain link some altcoins, sit on them, hodl, forget about it. If you want to look into something more risky, then you could do something like Ethereum Gold. Like I said, it's just, I just see people getting really crazy over this thing, and I don't want it to become some crazy pump and dump, because at this point, it's just out of my hands, guys. Like, it's just the price has gone absolutely wild. So I just want to point that out. Please be safe out there. Everyone today is in profits. I just had to make that statement because I just don't want to hear in a couple months if the price goes down and, people decided to not take profits or not sell, or decided to sell for a loss or something like that. So, okay, guys. But long story short, yes, I'm still invested. Yes, I'm still holding for the long term. For me, it's a very small portion of my portfolio, and it's just simple passive income. Had to put that little bit of warning at the end of this video. I was seeing some people going absolutely ETH Gold crazy in the comments, and I just want you to be realistic and be safe with what you guys are doing with your money, okay? So, once again, thank you so much for the CryptoZombie passing 100,000 100,000 subscribers. You guys rock. I hope we get 100,000 more. I hope we get 1 million. I'll get that gold play button eventually. Can you imagine if we pump this channel to 1 million subscribers? I don't even know what I'd do, guys. We're gonna have to throw a crypto party or something like that, right? So, but that's a long way to go. But that being said, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I hope you guys understand the reason for me making this follow-up to the video on Ethereum Gold. It's not something I'm trying to pump. It's not something that I'm saying go throw all of your money in. It is literally an experiment. Nobody knows what could happen, and I was just documenting my results. But congratulations to everybody that did get in. You are up 3x. So, okay, all right, everybody happy today. Thank you for coming back to the channel. I love you guys. You're awesome. Drop some comments below. Let me know altcoins. Maybe I should look into some DeFi projects maybe that are on your radar. That's it for me. You guys are the reason that I do this every single day. My name is K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.